Ready?
Okay.
응답하라
Yeochin.
Go to the into the shit.
Back to the gang to the Jew. Hey.
I love your cardigan.
Jane, we are
I
sweater
don't know
weather.
if you could. Yeah, it has skulls and haunted houses, spiders and spider webs.
It's my
It's
Spooktober
red and black.
sweater.
I love it.
It makes me want to. It's kind of like tacky fun, but it makes me want to like volunteer at my kid's school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna. Or like go trick or treating with them
Yes.
in this sweater.
Yes.
Because
Very
they would.
festive.
It's look at this. Ready?
Oh!
See, your kids
Spider-Man.
would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Your kids would appreciate it. But I can't believe it. Fall is here.
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it.
Do you feel stressed? Or like,
no, stressed about what? Like,
are you starting, fall is busy for us moms.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's just, I mean, summer was busy too, but fall is like, once it gets rolling, it's holiday after holiday after holiday.
Yeah. This is the first October where we're not traveling internationally.
Oh.
So I feel less stressed.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wait, where do you guys usually go? Oh,
Well,
you went to Korea.
We went to Korea, and the previous year, we went to Italy. So,
That's right.
Yeah, we went in October. We chose October because it's a time where the weather's still pleasant, but
right.
past after all the summer
Mm-hmm.
tourism and
the nice crisp fall. Yeah.
Yes. And then so every time we've come back from those trips, it was like a mad
then you
dash
just
to
go
Halloween
yeah.
and then straight into
Thanksgiving and all the works.
So this year I feel better, and I got to get chestnuts in my neighborhood.
That's right, because
yeah.
The last year you got none.
Got none.
All the grandparents of the neighborhood, like. But this year I saw you got like a bowl.
Yes, I got a really good bowl, and there's an abundance, so I don't think I harvested that much.
Because you got a lot of feedback from the internet.
Each burr has like 2 or 3.
Oh,
yeah, there was some. So I posted a video on TikTok, just because I was like, there were so many people. I was sharing it on my stories, and there were so many people who were like, I had no idea that's what a chestnut looks like, or I didn't know that's how they come.
Wow.
They come in like this spiky, furry looking
I
green
actually
burr.
remember in Korea taking those apart in Korea. Never here, but that's crazy cool that you have one.
I grew up eating chestnuts.
Yeah.
But I never knew that's how they look because we had never been to an orchard or harvested any ourselves. And it's spiky,
right? Like a little hedgehog?
Yeah. And so I remember the very first year we were in Seattle, that very first fall, we took gardening gloves and hammers because I thought you were going to like hammer them. No, that does not work.
Oh, so what's the secret?
The secret is you wear, like closed-toe shoes, sneakers, and then you
rip it.
You
stand on it.
Stand on it, and then you roll back.
Yeah.
And then
you
between
like
your
peel it
foot,
with your feet. Yeah.
And the ground, it will peel it open.
Yeah.
And then they're very smooth. Like the nuts are very smooth and glossy, so they just kind of like pop out.
Nice.
And it's like the most satisfying.
And how do you roast it at home?
I just put them in the oven, or you could do air fryer too.
I can feel it.
Yeah, but you always have to like score it because otherwise they'll explode. And I've done that one year too, where I've just popped them in whole into the air fryer.
How did you know to score it?
I probably saw it somewhere, and then last year, both when we went to Korea and Italy, they love chestnuts. And it's like chestnut season in October.
So, in Italy too, because I know the Koreans too. Yeah, we grew up on it. Love it.
Europeans, like they love chestnuts, and we bought them off the street. In both countries, and that's how they come. Like the skin is always scored. Like they cut it previously, so that it's easy to peel. But yeah, so that's how I did it, and then I didn't get any more creative beyond that.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was fun. We did it with the kids, and so that's their favorite thing to do right now on our walk to school.
That's your like fall tradition now.
Yeah, and today like they each got like two chestnuts.
Aww.
And they just put them in their pocket, and they went to school. And then as I was walking home, one fell like right above me.
Oh.
And I rolled it with my foot and like I got 2 chestnuts.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you were even told by some people online, leave some for the squirrels.
Some for the squirrels. Like they have so much.
They have plenty to eat
trees are
in this country.
Massive. They get them from the tree. We have to wait until they fall on the ground.
Yeah.
Most of them are picked already by the squirrels.
I'm just impressed that you beat the grandparents this time around.
Yes, because I think what was on our advantage, what was to our advantage was it's a little early.
Oh.
I don't remember it being this early. I feel like it was in mid-October, which is why we missed it the last 2 years.
Right.
And I was waiting too because I had friends in the area asking me like, "Hey Jane, keep an eye out. Let us know when they start falling." I said I will, but I started noticing like this harmony and harabaji this week.
Ah.
Yeah.
You were on the lookout.
Yeah, because we pass by the park every morning, 2 times each morning, right? And they were there, just the 2 of them. The early birds. Yeah. And now every day there's like, a trickle more, like a handful more. There was a guy the other day and he was throwing a stick up in the tree and
make it fall.
Yeah, I gathered my kids and I was like, "Hey kids, can you see that guy? Like we don't want to do that. We don't want to harm the trees. We have to wait for them to fall. And they'll be better when they fall because they're heavy and they're ripe and then they just fall." Yeah. So if you look at the trees, like they still have plenty of chestnuts, but they're high up in the trees because all the low hanging fruit has already fallen have been picked,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is chestnut a fruit?
I think it is a fruit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so earthy feeling that I don't think of it as a fruit.
We don't think of it as a fruit, and I guess we don't really cook with it as a fruit because it's more of like it's starchy.
Yeah, I was thinking of like potato-like. Yeah.
It is more potato-like.
Interesting.
It's not even like nut-like.
Yeah.
It's called chestnut. But that's always like, that signals to me it's like turning of the season.
Yes.
The weather's
here.
crisp. It's here.
It's very crisp. It's a little chilly.
Yeah. And yesterday I told Ben, I was like, oh my gosh, like now I do feel old because my kids have been going out to school just in t-shirt. And I'm always like, "An chuo, like you're not cold.
What is it? Why is it like an old
like,
people thing?
We're fine.
That we're
I don't know. Like,
you know why?
Our bones
because
are getting thinner, but I wasn't like this a few years ago.
Yeah.
I was not, but I'm always getting surprised. Like when I go to pick up the kids, I always get surprised at how chilly I am and I need to layer up.
You're always a layer person though.
Yes, I am, but like my heavy coats and stuff, I'm not wearing them. It's like I'm wearing a sweater and then going out. But I'll notice like, oh my gosh, like the breeze is like going straight through.
Yeah.
And I need to have an extra layer. So I did bring like an extra jacket today because I'm like, it's chilly when I go outside.
Yeah.
But
I can't believe it. And when fall hits, I feel like time goes by so much faster because of all the happenings.
Yeah. And then it's going to be like the end of daylight savings. Yeah. So it'll get dark so fast
the
here
days
in Washington.
will shorten. Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah. Have your kids decided what they're going to be for Halloween?
They have. We're all going to go as Inside Out 2 emotions. I'm going to be, what do you think I'm going to be?
Wait, anxiety?
Yeah.
What is Ben?
Embarrassment.
Oh, what are the kids?
Ruby's going to be envy, like the
Ooh.
little girl. And then Bennett's going to be ennui, boredom. And he has the haircut for it.
Right.
And the hair is like all over your face. And he doesn't need to do anything. Like he just needs to wear like a sweatsuit and have a phone and look extremely bored. And
that sounds so, you guys are going to be so cute.
So they wanted to do that this year. And I was very surprised, but it was fairly easy.
Nice.
Yeah. What are you guys going to do?
So I asked the kids and I feel like they're on such different paths.
Yeah.
So Sawyer cracks me up because it will just be like random. He's like, I'm thinking I'll just be a ghost. I'll like put on a bed sheet and poke some holes.
Yeah.
I was like, actually, Sawyer, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then I asked Gavin, and he was like, I don't know. But their favorite show is One Piece.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, you want to be Luffy?
Uh-huh.
And he was like, okay. He just like kind of go.
Yeah. That's
but then now
easy.
that Gavin's going to be Luffy, now I don't know if Sawyer will change his mind.
Okay.
It's just, we used to do the whole family thing.
Yeah.
But now their like interests are so,
yeah,
different.
I feel
enjoy it.
Like I'll have maybe just a couple more years, maybe one more year of that where they're okay.
One year we were Game of Thrones. They didn't even know what that was, but Sawyer was dragon, and Gavin was a knight, and Adonis was in the wheelchair. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
I didn't.
Oh, okay, never mind. And I was Khaleesi with the blonde wig. Another year we were, when they were little, we did Peter Pan. So
cute.
Yeah. Sawyer was the little crocodile.
Aww.
It was a baby. I was Tinkerbell with the blonde wig and everything. I did the whole wings and everything.
Yeah.
And Gavin was Peter Pan. And Adonis was Captain Hook.
Cute.
And we did it for a picture because we weren't, for Halloween they were just gonna be dressed up, but then for trick or treating, right? But then we always did a picture every year, and we didn't have a hook for Adonis, so he took the blender. The mixer hook.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
a
he
good
just
hook.
held it,
The dough hook. That's
the
really
dough
good
hook.
Yeah.
And so
really
we used to do pictures every year. But now, I'm like, I'm tired. And their characters aren't as cute that they choose. So I'm like, you just do you guys. Last year they were inflatables.
Yes.
They were the
yes.
And I was like, did you guys have so much fun in those? And they were like, oh, it's too hot. So they said no more.
There's a fan in there.
There was, but it still got hot.
Okay.
And did I tell you how they like stood in the pumpkin patch and all these kids lined up to take photos with them? And they surprisingly obliged.
That's great.
They were like, I was like, oh my God, how cute are my kids? They were like, okay. So all these little toddlers lined up, and we took, all the parents were like, the parents thought that they worked there at the pumpkin patch.
That's funny.
Anyways.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Enjoy it while your kids still want to be a family. Halloween. That's so cute. Are you guys going to do like the house lights? Do you guys do that?
No, we haven't done that. It's so like, it's hard to do ourselves because our roof is so high. So we have to every year. Actually, I do have this dilemma every year, and then it passes me by.
Where you want to do it or not?
Yeah, because you have to probably contact them now.
Yeah, it would be now. I mean, now would be good though. I'm about to get on Adonis's case. He does them, and it's a whole day.
He has to be so careful.
I know.
Now at our age,
I know. So I'm thinking like I'm also thinking
need him to injure himself.
I'm also thinking we should just hire somebody, but it's not cheap either.
It's not cheap. It's not cheap. So you have to think, is it worth it? For us, it's not, because we're always out of town for in the holidays, and I'm like,
but you're in town this year.
No.
Oh,
I don't know.
leaving.
We haven't decided.
Oh,
yes,
for
I'm in
Thanksgiving
town this year
stuff.
for October, but for Christmas and things like that, we'll probably go to California again. Yeah. So it makes like all the, putting up the tree and all of that. It's a task.
Yeah, it is a task. And Adonis, I always tell Adonis, if you're going to do it, you need to do it now. Because I want us to milk the fact that you put in all this work. It needs to be October, November. I would do it in September.
The tree?
Oh, no, the tree's not till, we always do it after Thanksgiving.
Same.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer. One holiday at a time.
Same.
Do not put that shit up like before Thanksgiving. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Time goes fast as it is.
So some people do, will put it up. People who have the artificial trees, they can put it up anytime.
We have the artificial tree.
Okay.
Do you guys get the fresh tree?
We get fresh trees because I don't have storage for an artificial tree. I just don't. And it's fun to go choose a tree every time.
Does it actually make the house smell good?
It does.
I'm kind of curious. I've never
done it.
But it's a lot
of maintenance. I have to go under the tree and water it every day. Like every couple of days.
You have to water it?
You do.
Oh, hell no.
It'll dry up, and then it'll get very brittle. And the needles will fall.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How often do you have to water the tree?
In the beginning, you're watering it a lot because the tree is soaking. It's been, if you don't go to a tree farm, you go to a place where the trees are cut. So they've been kind of drying out for a few days.
Oh, shit.
So when you first bring the tree home, they
How do you know all this?
just like research. And I've always grown up with a fresh tree.
Really? Even at your parents' house?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's not a very Korean thing. I feel
guess it's not. I don't know. We always went and got a fresh tree. Now my parents have an artificial tree.
Oh.
But
wow, I can't believe you grew up with a fresh tree.
So
I feel like that's a white people thing.
That's all I knew.
Wow, that's
nice. But now it's
nice.
practical because, I don't have to put it away. Like, I don't have any place in our garage to store it.
Do you get the Boy Scouts to come out and grab it or something?
The city will come out and grab it. You have to cut it into pieces, like 3-foot sections. But then when composting comes, they'll come and pick it up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's nice.
Okay.
It's like, it gets composted.
How much is a fresh tree?
It's about $70. No. Last year it was like $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So artificial tree is like one-time cost.
Right.
And but then you get into like the pre-lit ones, and then what happens when a bulb goes out, and So
you do make me curious because I do imagine that it smells nice.
It does smell nice.
Yeah. I would want that
and
aspect.
Every year it's slightly different, and
yeah.
But it does get very messy. Like always like vacuuming.
Brush, yeah.
And yeah.
Do you, who does the things, or who does the turkey? Do you guys do the turkey?
We always do a Friendsgiving. So yeah, my good friend always hosts because that's when
on the Thanksgiving day?
On the Thanksgiving day, because that's when all of her family
That's
flies
right.
in.
Wait, you don't do it with your parents?
No, we generally stay here in Washington.
Oh, you do stay for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So the last several years we've done it with our friends, like
nice.
a big family gathering.
What do your parents do? Oh, with your
with
siblings.
my brother and sister.
Okay, okay. And then you do Christmas with them.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
And what about Ben's parents? Where are they?
They're also in California.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're with them at Christmas, and then for Thanksgiving, they usually go with, relatives.
I see.
Yeah.
Have you guys
too much for us to like fly?
Right. That's a lot for a family of 4 too.
And then again in Christmas.
Yeah.
It's usually one or the other.
Do you have a battle with your families who gets to do Christmas Day with who? Every year? Or is that like set in stone decided?
We split the day because
you split the day?
Christmas is my father-in-law's birthday.
Oh shit!
So
he was not born on the day of Christ?
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah.
I did not. Your father-in-law is Christmas?
Yes. So even if we, that's why. If it was just Christmas, I would have no qualms about staying here and spending it in Washington.
Oh my God.
We got to do that 2020 during the pandemic when we couldn't
loved
go out
it, huh?
Mm-hmm. And then we did it in 2021 because we already went to California at the beginning of December for a family wedding.
Oh.
So we said, we're coming here at this time, and this is when we're coming. We're not coming back for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah. But then every year before that and every year since that, we've gone to California for Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old is your father-in-law going to be?
He will be in a few years. Okay, so he'll be 75 this year.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say in a few years, he'll be 80.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So we don't have a choice. Usually my parents do Christmas morning.
Who do you do Christmas Eve with?
Is usually with my family. And then Christmas Day.
Most of that day is at
from
Ben's.
like mid-morning until night is with my in-laws. Yeah.
Okay. I did not know your father-in-law's birthday was Christmas.
Yeah.
That's a heavy.
It is heavy.
Yeah.
It is heavy.
There's expectations on birthdays, and then on top of it with
Mm-hmm.
Christmas.
Because he's a man.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice because it's just one time.
Yeah.
Celebrate. It's your birthday, so it gives it occasion to be about like more about the family. Because otherwise, I feel like it would just be about the kids. And
right. That's
so,
nice.
Yeah.
So it kind of works out.
Yeah, I've learned to kind of appreciate it for what it is. Like,
did you in the beginning kind of like?
In the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, because I would envision, I saw the years ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're going to always have to be diplomatic about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
that's immediately, oh wow, you guys do it well. That when I heard it just now, it stressed me out.
Yeah.
But now
I do feel bad for my mother-in-law though, because her birthday's in January. So we never come home for January. But my dad's birthday's always in January. He doesn't care. My mom's birthday's in February. Usually it's around midwinter break, and we have been able to travel back sometimes. Yeah. And February is our birthday month, like mine and the kids, and also my mom's. So, it's always an occasion to have some kind of celebration. But
wow,
yeah. But I know, like, fall is when we start thinking about all this. You know, we're thinking about like when do we book the flights, and when and how is Ben going to take the time off?
Right. Speaking of Ben, he is now all healed up.
Oh, yes. So he had meniscus surgery end of August.
Yeah.
He is still on crutches and on a brace, wearing a brace.
Working as a dentist upright?
Yeah. He sits down when he sees patients and stuff. I just went there yesterday for my cleaning.
That's true.
Yeah. So he still has to crutch around, but he can put more weight on his leg. And then he's doing PT to learn.
How much was he off work?
He was only off work like the week he got surgery, and then exactly a week after, maybe a week and some days, then he was able to go back to work because he was off of any like medication and stuff. But he had to be fully on crutches, and he couldn't put any weight on his leg.
And he was seeing patients.
But he had a pared down schedule.
Yeah.
So that first week back, he kind of eased in, and he wasn't doing any like long procedures. It was mostly trying to keep it to exams where he wasn't actively doing stuff.
Yeah.
Now he's more active.
Wow.
But that's another thing, because like we're going into the fall season, and thank God we're not traveling. But because of that, he hasn't been able to work like a full schedule.
Yeah.
And so hopefully he'll be able to kind of ramp up going into the fall season and the holidays.
He's kind of the breadwinner, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so it's like really I never thought about, because he's the actual dentist, the only dentist. It's like
at his practice,
if he's down, the whole place kind of shuts down.
So I have definitely, I had some campaigns that I said no to, and then I had to change my mind, and I said, I'll do it.
Wow.
Because I have to make some income.
Wow. Yeah. The fluctuations. Dang. Yeah. You guys got through that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's been a hectic.
Yeah. I'm thankful I can do that.
You know,
like I have some kind of avenue to bring in income.
Honestly, I think that the social media jobs, the way it fluctuates, the way it's not like it's nice that you can do that, but sometimes it's just not a reliable income, right?
No.
It comes in waves, it comes in cycles.
It does come in waves and cycles.
I think it's like the perfect thing for moms.
I think so too. And I'm trying to, when I get annoyed and stuff, I'm trying to remind myself, like, I can work in the comfort of my home.
Yeah.
And sure, I have to dedicate a day or two to doing all the filming and editing. But other than that, I'm mostly present for my family.
Yeah.
Because that's what my family needs right now. We don't have childcare or family near us to help with that. But I think that's why also I've been feeling so downtrodden, because now Ben is ramping up. Like, he's more mobile around the house. He can help do everything. But for a while, it was all me domestically, and then all me with the
taking
kids.
On the jobs
and
school starting.
Yeah, school starting. And then finding time, like my last time dedicated to like actual work.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, like, I kind of want to hibernate. I want to go into, did you watch the Wild Robot movie?
No, but wait, is
wonderful.
it out?
It's out.
Okay,
yeah.
so my Sawyer has been reading that book.
Okay.
So did your kids both read it?
No, they didn't. But I'm excited to read it now. I excited to read it with them now.
So it's a great family movie.
Great family movie.
Ooh.
But there's a scene where all the animals get ready to hibernate. And I'm like, that's what I want to do.
that was your takeaway.
Yeah, that was my takeaway.
I envy their life.
So nice. Yeah. Just shore away all the resources and then hibernate and then wake up when it's warm.
Did I tell you I go to an acupuncturist?
No.
I've never told you?
No. Do you do that regularly?
Yes, sort of. I found this lady, and it's a couple that does it. They're both doctors, and they're both acupuncture experts, and they have their little office. And I'm like,
what is this place called?
Breeze by the Sea.
No, it's not the one that I'm thinking of.
You crossed your arms like you had a story to tell.
No. Because I'm going in for my first acupuncture in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
For my shoulder.
You have a problem with your shoulder?
I've had a chronic shoulder issue since Ruby was a baby. It's just from carrying her so much.
Oh.
Yeah. And I've never done anything about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That reminds me, my mother-in-law also asked for my acupuncturist. Anyways.
Okay.
Also has a shoulder problem. She lifted a rice bag. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? We're lifting rice bags. You're too old for that shit. Anyways. Yeah. I'm like, you don't make good life choices. Okay. End of
we all
rant.
Think that we can do more.
I know. And I'm like, this is why I was telling you, I lectured her heavily about this. Like because she was trying to lift a speaker when we were doing
right.
And I got so pissed. I was like, who do you think you are? You're a little.
She's superwoman.
I know, but
we've had to be superwomen.
I know, but I'm like, you are not a young chicken anymore.
I know.
And of course, she hurt her shoulder. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Anyways.
Yeah.
End of getting rant about. I mean, only because I care.
Yeah.
I don't want her to get hurt, obviously. But so I've been going to an acupuncturist because my insurance, it's either like 25 massages or 25 acupuncture. Yeah. So I decided, massages are nice, but like you and I talked about, it's like, it doesn't do that much after. So I tried acupuncture. And I feel like it helps. And this lady that I go to is very, oddly enough, her name is also Ellen. I'm like, that's really also funny. I love.
She's Korean?
No, Chinese.
Oh, okay.
And I love like the whole concept that their practice name is Breeze by the Sea. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I love being by the ocean. Like, that's where I feel at most peace. So I'm like, I don't know. Like the universe is telling me to go here.
Yes.
She's very, she'll spend like half hour just talking about like what are we working with, what's happening, or I mean initial
every
appointment.
time.
No, not every time. Initially, like tell me about your life, what's going on, what's stressing you, and all this stuff. But so she says that she's very Chinese medicine, like the whole concept of it.
Yes.
And like everything's connected, and what happens in your toes is related to yada yada. So she tells me that I have a problem where heat leaves my body. That too much heat. Like if she saw me with bare feet Crocs, she'd be pissed.
Yes.
So she's like, you need to be covered up all the time, head to toe. Like heat, you are somebody where heat is constantly leaving your body. I'm like, okay. She doesn't even want me to like open the windows, car windows. She never wants me to turn on the fan. Yeah. I'm like ever? And she's like, yeah. And then she'll be like, and you can't have anything cold. And I'm like,
eat anything cold.
Yeah, you always have to have warm and hot things. And I'm like, but what if I wanted ice cream? Did I tell you this?
No.
I said, but what if I want ice cream? She goes, dead ass, serious in the face, not even a crack of a smile or anything. She said, melt it.
Ew.
I'm like, that's no longer ice cream. She's like,
no.
She's like, yeah. And I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. That I'm like, I'm all for like listening to your advice, but like, what?
Yeah.
I and me being me, I laughed in her face, and she was like, "No, you can't. You shouldn't be having anything cold." I'm like, girl, but I will say this: I always feel hot. So I need to be. I'm constantly.
So interesting.
Yeah, I'm like hot bodied. I mean, I do get cold. Okay. But my feet are always cold. And my hands are cold.
Yes, same. My feet are cold. My hands are cold. And the last week at least, I feel like I couldn't get my extremities to be warm. Like when I'm in the house, it's just like the house is cold.
I do get cold, but I get also easily hot. I'm like, gotta take off. So that's why I don't do layers well.
I see.
But this lady's like, you need to. And then she's like, and you're always tired, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah, because heat is leaving your body. I'm like, or I'm just old and perimenopause is hitting me hard. Yeah. She just tells me all these like crazy things. She's like, when you go to, when I told her I play tennis, she's like, you need to play less. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
She's like, okay. Then I told her like, I'm trying to lose weight. She's like, you need to stop.
Why?
She's like, you're doing too much. You're tiring your body. So sometimes it kind of makes sense.
It does make sense.
So you're exhausting yourself. You're doing too much. You need to just rest. You need to hibernate.
Sitting here listening to you, I'm like, Yeah, she said you need to hibernate?
Yes.
I believe that we need to hibernate.
She's like, it's the changing of the seasons.
Yes.
Why do you think animals hibernate? It's a natural thing. You're doing too much. Your body is tired. And it is true that I'm always tired. And you're not resting enough.
I'm tired right now.
I know. Yeah. And that's what she's like, you need to bundle up. You need to stay in the house. I do think it helps. But she does.
I believe
she'll be like, where does it hurt? And I'll be like, oh, my ACL leg.
Yes.
And then she'll like poke me. I'm like, do you feel it? Or you feel it? I'm like, yes. Like on my toe, on my left side. She's like, yeah, that's the trigger for your right knee. I'm like, what?
Your left toe?
Oh, yeah. Like your left toe controls your right knee. And I'm like, some of this feels hocus pocus. I'm like, how much of this is real? Or sometimes she's jabbed me and I'm like, ah! And she's like, oh, that hurt? Tension there. I'm like, or you just fucked up with a needle. I don't know. I mean, no, she didn't. She's good. But yeah.
I know nothing about acupuncture. Do you bleed?
No.
Okay.
Never bled.
Okay.
But one time I had someone, I don't think that was good, that I never went back to. They forgot to take the needles out. I had some hanging as I left out.
What?
Yeah. She was like, and then I went back and she was like, oops. Yeah. I'm like, oops. What the fuck?
And maybe they're so thin she didn't see them.
Yeah. They are so thin. But also, I just remember my stepmom got her lung punctured by an acupuncturist. Sorry.
That's scary.
And she wanted to sue him, and I don't know whatever happened. He shut down his business, and he somehow got her to like sign something before she left, and it was like not to sue me.
Nothing happened to her? What did she...
so many of my stepmom's stories, like there's been so many incidents where she's like dying in pain, and I like take her to the doctor and they're like, there's nothing wrong with her. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. But I know that this thing...
you weren't there.
I wasn't there, but I do know this thing happened.
Okay.
I don't know.
You believe that it happened?
It did happen, but I don't know if her lung actually got punctured. I know something happened.
Okay.
You have that look of disbelief too. I know.
Punctured your lung, like how?
Yeah, I'm like, wouldn't you die?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
not
know
funny,
these
but
things.
me and Jane are looking at each other like as I'm saying these things out loud, and we're like, that doesn't make sense. That's what's happening. So anyway.
Okay, what other kinds of like traditions or things that do you guys do in the fall?
Oh. We go to the pumpkin patch.
Yeah, we're doing that this weekend.
In their costumes.
That's right. That's fun.
And I do. That's that way.
And then you get their pictures.
Yeah, I take their photos.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. And then Christmas stuff. I mean, we do the Santa pictures. Do you guys do Santa pictures?
No.
You don't?
No. Like you mean going to meet Santa Claus and
doing a photo session?
Oh yeah, no. We've only did that like once for each kid when they were like babies.
We've been doing it every year. They do it in matching pajamas.
Oh my gosh, and they like it?
I don't know if they like it. I just make them do it so I can have a picture every year so that like every year we're doing.
That's cute. How long are you going to keep that up? Until they're 18?
I saw that the kids would do it for their parents themselves.
Aww.
So I was like, I'm hoping they'll do that for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Gavin's 12, right? He's like, you know what he's talking to me about? He's like, so Adonis wanted him to wear a GoPro for his, because he does cross country. He's like, a lot of times we can't see what you're doing, so why don't you wear this cross country GoPro?
Yeah.
And then I was laughing because I was like, you think that Gavin's going to wear that in front of his friends? He's going to look so stupid and he's not going to want to do it. And then now Gavin didn't know what a GoPro was. So when he heard camera, he thought it was going to be this like tiny like people camera.
Secret camera.
So he had already said, yeah. Then he sees it. He goes, I don't know, Dad. And I'm like, what did I tell you? Adonis is like, why? I would wear things like this all the time. Adonis had no shame. He was that weird kid that did whatever. I'm like, babe, you are abnormal. You are an outlier of normal teenagers, okay? So now he's like, I don't want to do that. But then he goes, you know what we can use that camera for? To catch Santa Claus. He's 12, Jane. Should I be worried?
That's sweet.
Is it? Or is it getting weird? Is it getting kind of Napoleon Dynamite kind of weird?
I think Bennett still believes too. I
thought
he was just playing along. He's just a couple years younger. We'll see this year.
Adonis is
we never talk about it until like Christmas Eve.
This is Adonis' fault. He's so fully committed. Every year he plays the sound. Oh my God, my children can never see this. He
plays what sound? Like
Santa Claus sound.
Of like reindeers?
Ho, ho, ho. Oh. And he plays it and the neighbors can even fucking hear it. Yeah.
When does he, like midnight?
One year he wanted to look up how to like put Santa Claus like footprints.
God. Don't tell me like he did flour or sugar on the...
He wanted to and I was like, you need to stop. I stopped him.
Wow. How does he get it? Did he grow up with that?
No.
He just wants to create that magic. He
loves
for the
creating
kids.
Childhood stuff. It's
That's
so...
sweet.
Which is weird to me. But I think he did have such a good childhood in his own way that he just wants. It's really cute.
It is sweet. It's fun to see, like I have a lot of friends who just philosophically like never did the Santa thing, right? And for one reason or the other. And for us, like we just kind of, it was natural to do it. Like I grew up with Santa Claus, the idea of Santa Claus until I realized it's not real. And then like I played along for my brother and sister until they naturally grew out of it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't something that I gave like so much thought into.
Right.
It was like, this is from Santa. But like one thing that I do differently is Santa just brings like stuffs the stockings.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Like,
and then, it's like, I think when you start to realize your parents put all that effort for you or that spirit of giving, Adonis was like saying, it's not, they can think about Santa in this way because they're kids, but once they grow, they'll realize it's the spirit of giving. And if they get that, then that's enough. And I'm like, oh. And, I never grew up with Santa Claus. My parents didn't have that kind of luxury or, time, energy. But I do remember feeling sad that I didn't get to have that.
Yeah.
So I think seeing them get excited, it heals my inner child.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I know. And it starts with like, I think it starts with like Halloween, like going.
Yeah.
When else is it safe to go in your neighborhood and door to door and say trick or treat? It's every year there are certain people that we see only once a year on Halloween.
Right. And it has that neighborly feeling.
It does. It really does. And there's houses that will put out like the adult beverages. And
what?
It's like
I've never gotten that.
There's one tent that always does like they'll do wine pourings or
Jane,
or
I
beers.
need to move into your neighborhood.
Come to our neighborhood. For trick or treat. Kind
do
of
you guys just go to your neighborhood and do it?
Yeah.
Shit, I might have to go to your house.
Yeah.
I've never seen adult beverages out. You live in a rich neighborhood, bitch. I live in the woods. But it's
like the only, I don't have a lot of memories of trick-or-treating. I did it for maybe a few years until we had to go to church for Halloween every year. Yeah.
Halloween at church.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there were like games, and you get candy. Yeah.
Isn't Halloween considered like devil worshipping too?
Yeah, when I was growing up,
right?
it was like
I swear there was that. Like,
I feel like my parents were like really cool with it, and then like one year it just switched, and it's like, oh no, we're not doing that anymore. I was like, why not?
Oh, like when you were a kid.
When I was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then they like eased up again.
I think they eased up because like we have kids now. Yeah. You know, it's just like fun for the kids. And,
isn't that weird how time like?
Yeah. Also, I felt like when we were growing up, it was a lot spookier.
Yeah.
Like scarier.
Remember how like
but now
they would
so
always tell the stories of like there's drugs in there.
Oh yeah.
I felt like that was way more prevalent. That's
true.
Fear in our generation. Now
you still have to be a little careful.
Right.
But yeah, I mean the way that I feel safe. It's largely a family event.
Yeah.
At least the ages that my kids are in right now. They're not going out alone at night.
Yeah.
We do it. Thankfully, it gets dark early. So we're doing it early and then coming back for dinner. Like we do it before dinner time.
Oh, you do it before dinner time?
Before dinner time, yeah.
Oh, actually, no, that's right. I think we eat dinner afterwards. Yeah, because you want to hit up early and then be done early. Yeah, because it gets too cold.
It's so cold. Yeah, yeah. And then last year, every year I think about this, but this year I need to remember to get them some glow necklaces or something.
Oh, I just found some. That's smart.
Because you can't see them when it gets dark, when it's super dark.
Right.
And there's not enough like street lamps and stuff.
Do you just do it as your family or do you go with another family?
Go with like all of our friends.
Oh, yeah, so cute.
In a big group. And then we run into other big groups. So then that's why it turns into like you're trick-or-treating for the kids, but
it becomes like a fest.
It's
like our adult fest.
Exactly. You see people that you haven't seen all year or people from different neighborhoods. And so you have to bundle up because you're going to be like outside and you might be stuck at, having a conversation with someone you haven't seen in months. Yeah. So it's the fall frenzy it can be stressful, but it's also energizing, I think, in some ways.
Well, and now that you're here this year, you're not traveling off. We're going to do a chill.
Yeah.
Let's find our chill.
I think so.
Let's soak it in.
Yeah.
Because our kids are growing up. And
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more years of this we have.
Don't say that. It's true, though. It's true.
Yeah.
Happy fall coming.